Everyone, this is Tim from Your Six News. Today in this video, we're going to be looking at the most recent Call of Duty Warzone patch notes that came out for Wednesday, May 7th. And it seems like there's a lot of buffs to older weapons in this. And the first thing they're going to be taking a look at is server disconnects. They kind of understand those have been happening. And one of my friends was killed in Ranked recently, or he got dropped from the server. And he was quite irritated about that because he lost a lot of SR or something. But moving on down, for Ranked play, one of the big changes is there is no longer a fire sale. It's going to be replaced with restock. And I kind of thought that was overpowered, actually, having fire sale in there. It made Ghost pretty much useless because everyone was just popping advanced UAVs. You got a free self-revive, and then you could bring people back for super cheap. There should definitely be a consequence for dying in this game, and it should be hard to get people back. And then going on down to the different weapons, the CR Max, the current meta, I would say, we got the AK and CR Max. Those are both probably the best weapons. Headshot multiplier decreased from 1.6 to 1.35. Sprint to fire speed slowed. And then we got the aim down sights movement speed reduced as well. AK-47, maximum damage reduced from 45 to 39. So both those weapons got quite a bit of a nerf. That's good to see, actually. Maybe can start using my kilo again. And then we got the Krig C, medium damage range increased from 32 to 33. Okay, so that's not very big. Headshot multiplier increased from 1.2 to 1.35. Bullet velocity increased. Aim down sights speed slowed. Okay, sustained fire recoil improved. So the two metas definitely got a nerf. SMGs C9 maximum damage range increased from 38 to 40. That's not a huge one. Snipers, so let's see. I think they got rid of one-hit snipers, at least in Ranked from what I saw, at certain range. Maybe like 100 meters out, 150 meters out, it seems like you can still get it. But anything beyond that, it's really difficult to get that one-hit headshot. So we got HDR flinch reduced by 60%. Flinch resistance. Well, either way, I thought some people just have amazing amount of flinch. Like you're literally shooting at them, you get maybe like 5 to 10 bullets on them. They're bouncing up and down in the kill cam, and then they hit that lucky headshot on you somehow. I say if you're getting shot and you got a sniper rifle, you should be missing your target. Is kind of my thought behind that. No opinions. And then we got the attachments heavy stock. Flinch resistance reduced from 60 to 35%. And then we got the combat stock doing the same thing from 25 to 15%. And then we got some additional bug fixes right here. And then we got the events. Whatever event this is going on, I don't know. They had some like 420 marijuana kind of thing going on for some reason. I'm not really too into that. But going on down to Verdansk, we got the train station east wing axis. So the inside of the train station is open. Previously sealed east wing of the train station is now open, offering increased loot opportunities and new flanking routes. So I was wondering when they were going to be adding that in. They still don't have the stadium opened up yet. I noticed they have the zip lines going to the top. That kind of surprised me because there was people up there. I'm like, how did they get up there? Like usually only way you can get up there is with the helicopter. And then we got the moving train. The iconic Verdansk train is back. It now features a respawning recon contract, kind of like they did before, so you can land there right away and then get the recon, and then maybe when it loops back around, it's going to have another recon contract on it. So yeah, if you want to go and camp that and get the recon contract and see exactly where the final circle is, you can ride the train the entire game if you want. Then we got vertical ascenders. I'm assuming these are the little zips that go up. They have been reintroduced across Verdansk, matching their placement in the original Season 5. Current plunder low. I'm under the impression that any kind of ascenders is a bad thing. I like map placement and holding strategic points, and I don't know. I'm just not a fan of any of that stuff. To me, it's kind of like if you need some sort of zip line, a lift, a balloon, that's just very bad game design. And it shows the map is not very well designed. So moving on down, here we got new for this high trip resurgence limited time mode. Experience a classic resurgence rule set with special narration and gameplay boosts designed to incinerate your opponents. So we got Verdansk quads, 120 players. Maybe I'll play that. I do like the Resurgence mode just for casual gaming, and they seem like they never have that on Verdansk or the large map. Then we got Massive Resurgence, limited time mode. Engage in rapid fire combat with resurgence mechanics, allowing continuous redeployment while the resurgence timer is active. So once again, this is on big map. I know a lot of people actually will enjoy this, more of the casual crowd. I've been playing more casuals, and it's fun to just get in there and train and mess around without having to worry about how your stats are or anything like that. So casual mode, I think, is a huge benefit to Warzone, at least right now. And then we have the playlist for May 1st through the 15th. This is what's going on. Yeah, let's scroll on down to ranked play. And we currently have 150 players in ranked. Let's see if they made any changes with that. With our return to Verdansk Battle Royale, ranked is increasing its player count to 150 players. So that means 50 teams. So I thought they already did that, but maybe they just want to reflect it in the patch notes. New SR values. I do enjoy playing ranked. I noticed the console only option does not work anymore. You can't find any games. So I've been stuck to play with just crossplay on, which kind of stinks. To maintain the overall pacing and progression of the ranked ecosystem, we tuned the SR values to better reflect the larger map. And it seemed like the SR value was kind of keeping everyone limited to like silver and gold. It was really difficult to progress past that point. Just because there were so many people that were just high level, just destroying everyone in that category. And it didn't seem like they were really ranking out of that area as well. We have also raised the SR cap per match for eliminations to 200 instead of 150. Interesting. So you're going to get more SR per match for eliminations. And, that's not such a bad thing. Before it was more where you place in terms of your placement, like if you were top 10, top 5, then if you won. Now it kind of seems like, well, you could maybe take 15th, but if you get a lot of kills, well, you might not lose SR. And then we have restriction adjustments. We're mirroring the ban on bandolier and ammo satchel, and disabled known perks that are counter to the goals we want to facilitate with ranked. Okay. As an additional call out, we have added the trophy system to the buy station to enable planning for a safer vehicle rotation. Okay, that might not be such a bad thing. Although it seems like trophy systems are everywhere. And I think I'm kind of against the buy station. I'm more of an old school blackout person when it comes to this. I think that rule set for blackout should just be the main one, or they should come out with a Warzone specifically. Just come out with blackout too, and have Warzone and blackout being competing against each other. One is more of a Call of Duty, traditional, fast-paced kind of mindset, and the other is more of blackout, old school Call of Duty. There's consequences, so when you get shot and down, you have to think about your route and your loot, and you're going. It's more like PUBG. I really, really love blackout. I wish they would come out with that again. So let's scroll on down, and you can see all these different restrictions on here. I'm not going to get into that because this is a long update here with just all the patches and the notes that they have in here. But here's rank and tier SR requirements. So they kind of readjusted these, or they have this listed here. So I'm stuck at gold right now, gold number 3, I think. So SR requirement to go to the next level. I'm just about there at 3,600. So we got to bump it up. I want to get to right here, 10,000. We'll see about that. Maybe. If I can get into console-only lobbies, I think I might be able to do that. And then we can scroll on down. Oh, what is this? Deployment fee by rank. So I'm currently at 35. Next would be 45. That doesn't seem so bad. I think I could come away with about 65 to 70 each game. Crimson, we'll see. And then the top placements here. And the rank operator skins. So it seems like they're making some adjustments to rank there. And then we got the loot and economy. Updated ground loot weapons. So ground loot weapons have been revised to better align with each weapon core's role by removing incompatible or underperforming attachments. Okay. So they kind of do that every few updates. Then I think they added high value loot zones finally to the POIs on the map. Each season, 3 POIs across Verdansk will be designated as high value loot zone. Okay, I didn't notice that. So if you drop into one of these HVZs, they're going to have better loot on those locations. Now, the cooldown for ammo restock depots and plunder. Okay, I don't care about plunder. And then we got movement. Movement while plating. All right, movement speed while inserting armor plates has been standardized, whether using the normal animation or the one-handed animation with a quick fix. Your movement speed will now align with the weapon you had equipped. Okay, that's okay. It's not bad or it's not negative. So if you got like an LMG out, you're going to be moving while plating a little bit slower. You're going to be actually plating at the speed of the weapon. Is pretty much what they want to say. Then we got the adjustments to all these different. It looks like they might be buffing drill charges. Let's see. The explosion radius increased from 3 meters to 5 meters. And then we got damage increase too. Yeah. I figured that was going to happen after watching all those streamers last week, that they were going to be, updating those a little bit. Then we got C4. C4 seems like it already has a huge explosion radius when it comes to just killing vehicles. And it looks like this is getting an increase in a buff as well. Spring mine, you better not touch the spring mine. And they did it. Actually been enjoying using the spring mine, and that just got a nerf here from 75 to 250 for the inner explosion. Blast trap. I haven't seen too many people use that, so it looks like that is getting a slight increase as well. Tactical stim shots. I don't even know why they got stim shots in the game, because that just allows you to be in the storm so long. And that's always been an issue, but speed increase reduced from 15% to 8%. And experimental gas no longer deals tick damage. Okay. Contracts. Looks like Big Game Bounty is back in the game, and I think that was an improvement overall. I kind of like big game bounties to go after, the top squad in the game. So I'll be happy to run with that as well. Then we got adjustments, supply run contracts. Squad mates who are dead at the time a supply run is completed will now also receive the fire sale reward. So I think that's how it used to work. I would come back in, and then I'd go right there, and then I could buy someone else back. So those are actually going to be better contracts to pick up, because you literally can just do it once. And if everyone drops there, from then on, you get 1, 2, 3 people back in quads just by completing one supply run contract, right? I think that's how it works. So that would actually be a good thing to run then if you're looking to get people back. Maybe that's their intention behind it. Then we got the sentry gun. Looks like they increased this a little bit. Bunker buster. I don't think I remember seeing that in the game recently, but it looks like it got a little bit of a reduce, maybe just in the public matches. Here we got UAV. Audible call out on activation of a UAV for enemies has been tightened up with the UX indicator. So it's been tightened, so it's going to be a little bit harder to hear if someone is calling in a UAV is what I'm getting from that. So it seemed like everyone was just saying, oh, UAV inbound. It was all over the place, so maybe that's good. But it also helped me a lot because I run tempered. So I wasn't running ghost, so I'm like, oh, I got to pay attention now and get ready for someone to rush me. Then we got some adjustments to the perks. Low profile, prone and crouch movement speed increased from 20% to 30%. Bomb squad increased as well. Survivor, okay, I run this one. Health regeneration delay increased from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Was that really an issue before, though? It says Survivor continues to be a highly selected perk. The slight delay maintains its strength while improving balance across the perk ecosystem. So too many people were picking it seems like. That's why they want to just increase that. Reactive armor. Regeneration speed increased by 50%. That definitely needed to happen. I actually would love to just run reactive armor, but it's not good yet. Tracker outlines have been redefined with thinner lines to improve the visual clarity. So is that a buff? They have been refined with thinner lines. So if the lines are thinner, wouldn't it make it harder to see people with that? Then we got the new weapons, the Ladra. This one has been just shredding me up close. It's actually really good right now. It doesn't seem like they're making too much of a difference with it. So excellent range for that too. The Goblin Mk2 762. And I think they're coming out with a conversion kit with this. Yep. Converts the Goblin Mk2 assault rifle into a fully automatic weapon. So this is probably going to be a good one here to try out. And then we got the AK, all the different weapon adjustments here, the buffs. Let's see if they did anything to kilo. Reduce speed. Reload speed increased by 15% to align with other Black Ops 6 ARs. Okay. So there is going to be a lot of different weapons that are going to get getting a buff, like the Holger at 5.56. A lot of these older MW3 weapons here, MW2, the M4, the damage went from 27 to 32. The range went increase. So a lot of these older weapons I'm seeing are getting an increase as well. We got the C9. This one looks like the vertical recoil penalty reduced from 40% to 20%. Okay, so that's actually a buff. Didn't really touch the SOG at all. Seems like drop time improved from 0.5 to 0.3 seconds. HRM9 looks like this got an increase too. So that's just the general trend I'm seeing with all these different older weapons, an increase. And let's see, shotguns they might actually be viable for some of these now. You can see every value is green for the range right here, the Lockwood 680. And then going on to the LMGs. And you're going to see a similar thing with all the LMGs increase. So let's just scroll on down past this. Just assume all these older guns are getting a little bit of a buff. Then we got the HDR. So some people might actually want to know what's going on with this. Aim down sight speed slowed to 600 milliseconds. Okay, that's quite a bit slower. Then we got the FJX. Looks like the range has been improved. And the minimum range damage, 145. Okay, so that got an improvement. That's an MW2 weapon. And some of those were just really bad, I noticed when I was trying them out. The Cali sticks, drop time improved from 0.83 to 0.25. And then we got the Gulag loadouts. So one of these weapons, the Strider.22, if you've been playing on the PlayStation 5, you might have been getting pissed off because some people can just shoot this like a fully automatic weapon, but when you're on the PlayStation, you're clicking that thing as fast as you can, but it doesn't seem like you can nearly shoot as quick as other people. So I wish they would just remove that altogether just to make a little bit more fair gulag between, I don't know what people are on. I'm assuming maybe on the PC, seeing how they can click so fast on that. But I'm getting shredded in the gulag because of that weapon, even though I'm winning about 50% of mine in ranked. So you got all the different gulag loadouts there, default loadout adjustments. If someone is new and they want to get into that. The operators. Okay, favoring operators. Players can mark operators as favorites now, okay? There is a cap on the number of operators that can be favored. And I just hope they fix it so my operator skin doesn't revert back to the default every time I log into the game. And then we got the new UI updates here. Looking good. Yep, so a lot of quality of life stuff. Let's see, vehicles, anything new in here. Got the motorbike, the 250X dirt bike. So we've been seeing that, I think, of the last update that came out. Then we got the helicopter, adjusted the weight class from medium light to light. This adjusts how explosives and launchers interact with the heli. So is that a bad thing? So it's going to go down a lot quicker now. Thermite ticks 10, trap 1 hit. Heli passengers view angles. Players can now look around with more freedom than before and are less restricted in tracking targets below the vehicle. Now, a lot of times when I'm in the vehicle and I got like an RPG in the heli, and I look down, I shoot the helicopter and I die. So I don't know, maybe fix that too. That'd be nice. Audio for the vehicles, revised and rebalanced the volumes of vehicle engines, suspensions, chassis, tires, etc. And I noticed I would really hope they fix the plane you fly in on, because that is just super loud. That's one thing I would like to see an adjustment. And Suri is talking to me for some reason. Now, if we go on down to the different challenges, removed unavailable daily challenges, okay? Scroll on down, see if there's anything under here that I find interesting. And then we got bug fixes for the perks, the audio. And I think that's about it for the patch notes for Call of Duty Warzone on May 7th. The biggest one, I think, is going to be the changes in ranked. The fire sale A lot of people relied on that, and then the weapon adjustments, the decrease in the metas, and the increase for the old weapon. So hopefully you guys thought this video was interesting. If you did, leave it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below.